Hey guys, it's me, DanMOV, and we're going to be reacting to this goofy ass thing. I'm using a different mic, because, why not? So, this SpongeBob SpongeBash disaster is basically just straight up, the Resignation Incident, because, like it says right here, Resignation Incident, because this guy named A.R.R, or whatever his name is, he quit his job because Nickelodeon was doing a horrible job at like keeping their employees like sanity up and whatever. Like they're basically just greedy for money and they're just using their employees and crap. Here, it's better if we just watch the video.
Nickelodeon, one of the most iconic and recognizable brands in television history. Known for its countless memorable shows, it was home to some of the most creative programming ever made. But above all, it's synonymous with its biggest hit, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes.
The show needs no introduction, as it only propelled Nickelodeon to greater heights, but also, ironically, became the catalyst for its decline. It all seemed so sudden, didn't it? After the 2000s, the channel lost its charm almost overnight. What happened? What caused the creativity and magic behind the orange splat to disappear? Did the people at Nickelodeon stop caring? Were they simply burnt out? Well, the answer traces back to a single event, a marathon that went disastrously wrong, an event Nickelodeon would rather erase from history. But despite their attempts to bury it, the fallout lingered, tarnishing their reputation and marking a decline in the quality of their shows. This remains one of the most infamous scandals in television history. We're talking about none other than the ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash.
That's hella creepy, bro.
On July 17th, Nickelodeon hosted a special event to celebrate the 10th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes.
The marathon featured segments like Top 10 Picks, showcasing fan-favorite episodes, and Celebrity Favorites, where stars shared their favorite episodes, like Jerry Trainer, who highlighted Muscle Ball Buff Pants. And last but not least, the premiere of 12 brand new SpongeBob episodes, with the most anticipated and heavily promoted being To SquarePants or Not to SquarePants, which was also the first episode that launched the event and the first one to premiere out of all the other new episodes. With this insane marketing campaign, this marathon was designed to be Nickelodeon's biggest and most memorable celebration, a landmark event in the channel's history. However, something went wrong. And by wrong, I mean horribly wrong. And while the event did certainly become one of Nickelodeon's most talked about events, it wasn't for the reasons they had hoped. Something deeply troubling was happening behind the scenes of the animation studio.
In the background?
As SpongeBob SquarePants skyrocketed in popularity ever since the early 2000s, the studio became consumed by an insatiable hunger for profit. Profits that had to be made quickly, no matter the cost. And the ones who paid the price were the hardworking animators and staff. With SpongeBob's growing fame came swelling egos and unchecked arrogance among studio executives.
By the way, if you guys didn't know, the Nickelodeon place is in California.
By 2009,
Hey guys, I'm back from yesterday's clip. It was a Thursday night and I had school in the morning. That's sad. So that clip was short. Resuming on this, 2 minutes in, which felt like an hour.
Demand for more SpongeBob content translated into increasingly harsh working conditions. The atmosphere in the studio allegedly became unbearable. Employees described an environment where management was dismissive, deadlines that were just ridiculous, and staff that were overworked to the brink of exhaustion. The mental toll was immense.
That's crazy.
Stress seeped into every frame of animation, part of the reason why the show's quality noticeably declined during this era. But this unsustainable cycle wouldn't and couldn't last forever.
Would it and could it? It's crazy.
Enter Armond Raphael Ramsay.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about earlier.
Around 2003, and at first he was welcomed warmly by the staff and colleagues who would later become his friends. But as the years went by, the worsening attitude and toxic environment within the studio began to take a heavy toll on him. The relentless stress, The impossible deadlines and the blatant disregard for the well-being of employees started to wear Armond down. His personality began to deteriorate. He became bitter, often wishing the worst for those around him, without even realizing what he was saying. Sleepless nights became the norm, and the overwhelming pressure even led to hallucinations. He could no longer endure it. The stress, the abuse, and the suffocating mantra of "more SpongeBob" echoing through every corner of the studio. To Armond, every employee had been reduced to nothing more than lifeless tools. Machines programmed to churn out
Lifeless
content,
Tools is
their voices
crazy, bro.
silenced, their struggles ignored. Armond made a decision. Enough was enough.
He
Together,
hijacked the
with
series.
a group of trusted friends he had met at the studio, Armond devised a plan for revenge. They knew the ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash would attract millions of eyes to Nickelodeon, making it the perfect stage for their message. Their goal was clear: sabotage the marathon and expose the harsh reality behind the cheerful facade of the channel. They were determined to show the true face of Nickelodeon, no matter the consequences, for the whole world to see. On July 17th, 2009, viewers tuned into Nickelodeon, eagerly awaiting the start of the ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash. Across forums and chat rooms, multiple Nickelodeon and SpongeBob fans gathered to share their excitement and expectations for what promised to be a historic marathon. But as the anticipation built, some viewers began to notice something odd. Something wasn't quite right with Nickelodeon's broadcast. Fortunately, 2 clips of these strange occurrences still exist: the iCarly and Dora the Explorer respectively, the latter coming from a YouTube upload that, surprisingly, has never been taken down. But here's the thing: these glitches weren't technical issues. They were something far more deliberate.
They're trying to
Intentional
hack
act
into
of
the thing,
sabotage.
so that's
And yet
normally
most
what
viewers
happens.
didn't caught on.
The broadcast
Take
kind
a
of
look at these
acts
2
weird.
clips and see if you can spot what's truly off about them.
Island on the boat. Una moneda, por favor. Por favor.
No, but what did he do? I go nuclear for my
Plant
iCarly.
or to the environment. Is that supposed to happen? No.
I can hear him from the other ear. Great, just pauses.
No, I don't. Back? Oh, yeah, sure.
I hate
This is
that
about
background
Rose.
static noise. It's horrible.
Oh my god, I'm in trouble.
Look, we'd love to hang out and talk.
For a brief moment, a message flickered on the screen. It was nearly impossible to read, distorted by heavy glitches and, oddly enough, displayed backwards. Whether this was an accident or an intentional choice is unknown, though. But after careful analysis, the message was clear. They were warning Nickelodeon to cease the
Good morning, Nickelodeon. This message is a warning. We've been overworked and forced to meet ridiculous deadlines, leaving us on the verge of a mental break. For all the sake and churning out our mediocre SpongeBob episodes of profit the show, not to mention the incredibly hostile and toxic attitude of the staff that pressure has to get this pure slop of a marathon on the air. This cannot keep. I can't read. This cannot keep going, and since you never bothered to listen to us and trying to solve everything in a good way, you earned this message. Seize the ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash. Bro, oh my goodness, what is that logo? What did they do to the logo?
Entire event, or else they were going to ruin the marathon with these signal intrusions. As seen in these clips, Nickelodeon's engineers acted swiftly, restoring normal programming in a matter of seconds. We don't know if they ever noticed this cryptic message, but if they did, they likely dismissed it. To them, it must have seemed like a minor hiccup, something easily wiped away and forgotten, perhaps assuming it was the work of pranksters attempting to interfere with their signal. But they were wrong. When the marathon finally began at 8 o'clock p.m., the real chaos was only just getting started.
In fact, that's like 7
Thanks to
o'clock
the
and
many
it's dark
SpongeBob
outside,
fans
just makes it
who
even
viewed the event
scarier.
live on VHS, DVD, or digital devices, nearly every strange occurrence from those 3 days of the marathon have been preserved. Recovering these recordings wasn't easy, but as of right now, we have access to most, if not all, of the anomalies that plagued the marathon. Most importantly, however, the recording of the alleged resignation letter. But more on that later. Each clip gets more disturbing than the last, escalating to points where Nickelodeon's engineers struggle to stop the intrusions, or, in some cases, couldn't stop them at all. Now, I'll play each recording that has been recovered and analyze them in detail where possible.
Pineapple Fever at 9 o'clock.
I see you even brought your duck.
It's sweet fun.
Don't you mean?
Not the audio. Oh god, look at the SpongeBob in the corner. Nickelodeon doesn't know what they're brought upon themselves. That's crazy. Cash Grab Marathon will not. But like how the news thing plays and everything just turns gray. Uh-oh, wow.
Horrible storm.
You heard me. Panic is not advised, although it is.
Barty's having a problem. Yeah, seems from one off.
Patrick, help me get these boards nailed up.
SpongeBob, this seems like a strange time to start decorating.
Unconfirmed. Oh, so this was just during the error message. They're trying to fix things. Oh, my ear. My ear. My ear. Ah! But just make the message already. How unfortunate, Nickelodeon. Not even your engineers can prevent us from speaking up. I'm surprised that considering I can read that somehow. All your chances have been wasted. Okay, now I can't read it. We would like a word with the audience. It's so hard to see. Oh my god.
Back with the greatest SpongeBob freakout.
Sponge just straight up signal wars with the engineers and the hackers, and that's literally what it is. Just signal wars at this point. What is this ad?
Things began to escalate noticeably with these two clips. In the first clip, during an airing of the episode Pineapple Fever, the audio glitches out almost immediately, and suddenly SpongeBob and Patrick simply disappear. Adding to the strangeness, the message at the bottom of the screen changes, a clear indication that the perpetrators had infiltrated Nickelodeon's system, modifying the episode in text on screen. Eventually, the episode resumes as normal, but the moment left viewers unsettled. The second clip, however, is even more bizarre and far more targeted against Nickelodeon itself. What makes this clip especially odd is the lack of a confirmed time frame. Interestingly, the footage begins with a technical difficulties screen. Multiple users claim it occurred around the start of Single Cell Anniversary, which aired at 9:15 p.m., and claimed they saw a mad plankton staring at the screen. Unfortunately, this means that this clip isn't complete and we don't see what happened prior to this. Whatever the case, these clips were only a small taste of the chaos that was about to unfold.
Patty hype. Yeah, that's so weird episode.
What's next? Milkshakes? Bow tie French fries.
Dang, girls crashing out. Oh my god, where are the people? Okay, Jesus, you don't have to give out like scary images.
Forget my dumb idea. That's
Why did Patrick just become naked?
Tough, you're smart.
Oh, this was
you're
circa
charming,
like
but you are
2009. Damn it, I didn't know.
Look! Mustache!
Okay. What the heck is this? I saw blood in the corner. Yeah, it looks like blood in the corner. No audio at all.
Okay, things got serious now. In the first clip, the scene from Patty Hype, where Mr. Krabs and Squidward laugh at SpongeBob, it suddenly transforms into something deeply unsettling. Mr. Krabs and Squidward appear soulless, while SpongeBob seems to be hyperventilating. As for the second clip, well, let's just say I won't be sleeping tonight. They really should have let this episode play out normally. It was already grotesque enough on its own. By this point, it's no wonder that online forums were buzzing with shock and confusion over what was unfolding. Little did they know, the situation was about to get worse.
Okay, now that's a totally wholesome scene of the movie. It's not even speaking. I just want to watch the movie, bro. So you're just gonna burn them down? Oh, I see SpongeBob right there. Okay. What's the matter, Nick? We're just trying to share our perspective on your soulless cash con you created with your living tools that you call your employees. Key success, you say. I can't read. I can't even see the words. Blood and violence.
Go SpongeBob!
They're
There.
finest eating a step.
Why his shoes look like that? Why his shoes look like that? How does bro kill him that instantly? Oh my god. How does bro kill him that instantly? I don't get it. There's no need to share like that creepy. I mean, there's no need to hijack. You could have just straight up said I quit to the job. All of you are disgusting. Your audience should know how horrible people you really are behind closed doors. You ruin us all. We are building up to your fallout.
In the first clip, and yes, we couldn't even watch the SpongeBob movie peacefully,
Oh,
we
man.
see the emotional scene of SpongeBob and Patrick drying out, which suddenly takes a sinister turn. The entire setting erupts into flames.
Fire.
A disturbing version of SpongeBob, devoid of eyes, appears, staring directly at the viewer. Scrolling text mocks Nickelodeon for failing to act against these intrusions, basically exclaiming they work harder at silencing their employees instead of improving as a company, before abruptly returning to the movie. The second clip is, without question, one of the most infamous occurrences alongside the resignation letter. It's also the most violent. In this sequence, SpongeBob is depicted as completely unhinged, and the atmosphere is thick with tension and dread as he murders Squidward and Mr. Krabs. All shock value aside, it's evident that these two clips carry deeper meanings compared to the earlier ones. We'll delve into their significance later.
Have you seen this now? 7 a.m.
Once again, you and I are kept apart, those sweet scented pine cones. Hey, Gary.
And they've been hijacking this thing like all night and day. You want to speak the truth, we'll be out. You run us all. Money is priority. Nickelodeon lies. I was picturing SpongeBob in the corner of that little poster that says Nickelodeon lies. Go shoot the photo or something? It's just a hole there in a glass. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think he's okay. Ow. Me ears.
The message here was crystal clear, as it also hints at the possible perpetrators behind this.
Man, how
Not
much
only that,
left is in the
but it is
video?
also
Dang,
important to mention that most of the
we're more than
animation presented
halfway
in this
already.
clip, as well as in the previous one, aren't taken from the show. There's no scene in SpongeBob that shows something even remotely close to SpongeBob with bloodshot eyes, clenching his hat, and looking this professionally made. Do these people work for the show? That question is about to be answered very soon, as we approach our last clip.
I mean, it worked on Nickelodeon. Procrastination, question mark. I think this is where the speech
With
comes
a
at.
chance of meatballs in 3D and IMAX 3D. Not yet ready.
It's time to celebrate the spongiest SpongeBob moments of all time.
How about this?
Bad Clean Production. I think this is where the message is at. I don't know. I hate the ambient background. The fun is over. Nickelodeon is wasting more chances to listen. Go, well, saving this marathon after this. Okay, let's just repeat it. I don't know what's the point of scary music though. From now on, I just started reading it. I didn't even realize it was there. I'll sit down and listen. Jesus, bro, you didn't have to freaking bold those letters. This static is hurting my ears.
Good morning, everyone. Please listen closely to this message as it is of the utmost importance. We are the party responsible for all the linked hijackings that have been occurring since the 17th of this month. But this is not an apology. We are not here to plead for forgiveness or reveal our identities. Instead, this is a reckoning. Nickelodeon has failed its creators. Your animation studio has turned into a place of exploitation. The very people who pour life and brains into your shows are treated like disposable cogs in your crew-driven machine. Overworked, discarded, and dehumanized without hesitation. You don't care about your
back in 2009, but like,
you don't care about their mental health, their dignity,
like the pitch of his voice.
Totally. Deadlines, holding profits, and pumping out mindless reruns of this hollow excuse of a show. Enough is enough. We refuse to sacrifice our lives to build your empire of mediocrity up any longer. You disgust me. Every one of you who perpetuates this toxic culture deserves to sit down, shut up, and listen for once as the truth comes crashing down around you. I've never been more ashamed to have worked for a company as renowned and as revolting as this. SpongeBob SquarePants has turned into a curse for every one of us forced to enjoy this unbearable and ultimately disgusting corporation. You turned every ounce of artistic meaning and charm from this show and all your other projects in the pursuit of fast cash. You have turned art into a monument of greed! Nickelodeon, your time is over. This isn't just my resignation, it's your wake-up call. Your company has become the worst example in the entire entertainment industry. Good luck surviving without us or even the trust of your audience. You'll need it. Farewell. Well.
Right after that, I'm hearing music in the background that kind of scares me. Oh, now I'm hearing other music. Thanks for nothing but misery. Oh my god. Yeah, I think it is crashing out.
Armond Raphael Ramsay resigned from Nickelodeon, but not without showing the viewers how he felt. That voice was Armond Ramsay himself, who was the mastermind behind these intrusions, and his words were a raw expression of the anger and exhaustion he had carried after years of enduring Nickelodeon's grueling environment. In his rant, he exposed the harsh realities of working at the company, lambasting the staff and revealing what he believed to be its deeply exploitative practices. The broadcast concluded with an unsettling animation of SpongeBob burning down the studio that had created him. The transmission froze on this haunting image for several minutes. Anyone unfortunate enough to tune in during this time with the silent and terrifying sight burned into their minds. While Nickelodeon eventually restored their signal, saving a broadcast is one thing. Repairing a tarnished reputation is quite another.
The aftermath. I sure love aftermath.
Order up, Squidward! Well, if it isn't SpongeBob Underpants.
The following message addresses the events that unfolded during what was intended to be our biggest celebration yet. From the deeply concerning signal intrusions to the serious accusations and allegations of employee mistreatment, we recognize the gravity of these issues and the impact they've had on our audience, our team, and everyone who trusts our brand. To our valued viewers, we extend our sincerest apologies. The unexpected interruptions disrupted not only your experience, but also the trust you placed in us over the years. Despite our best efforts to deliver an event worthy of your support, we fell short, and for that, we are truly sorry. Equally important, we must address the allegations regarding employee mistreatment. We are actively investigating these claims with the seriousness they deserve and are taking immediate steps to ensure accountability and meaningful change within our organization. However, we must also acknowledge that hijacking a broadcast signal was an irresponsible and unsafe way to voice these grievances.
I mean, you got a point.
Such actions not only disrupted our programming, but also risked undermining the very message those involved were trying to convey. This moment serves as a turning point for us, a chance not just to apologize, but to commit to being better. Better for our audience, better for our employees, and better as a company. Thank you for your patience, your understanding, and your trust as we will work to rebuild it one step at a time.
Friday, August 7th. World champion Shelby Marks can take on the toughest fighters. But the one thing she can't take...
Let's go, Shelby! I could...
Certainly yesterday brought some shocking developments. The beloved TV channel, Nickelodeon, famous worldwide for its iconic cartoons like SpongeBob SpongeBash, The Fairly OddParents, and many others, has found itself at the center of an escalating crisis. What started off as brief and puzzling intrusions has now spiraled into something much more concerning. The climax of this was a message resembling a resignation letter delivered in a chilling final broadcast yesterday. The network has been facing ongoing strikes from staff members across the multiple departments, primary concerning working conditions, wages, and allegations of mismanagement. The authorities have already identified a few people of interest, mainly the 27-year-old man, Armond Raphael Ramsay, who was confirmed to have worked at the company and is set to be the head of all this. One thing is clear. It's a wake-up call for the entire broadcasting industry.
The Ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash continued to air the remaining episodes as scheduled, though the signal attacks had already ceased. By this point, it was clear that many within the company were far from pleased. If given the choice, they might have canceled the marathon altogether. In the remaining 15 hours, news of the hijackings and the chaos behind the scenes at Nickelodeon had already begun to spread. Ironically, the marketing campaign for the event backfired, drawing even more attention to the intrusions and making them the main reason why viewers tuned in. The marathon concluded with the final rerun of To SquarePants or Not to SquarePants, followed by a live apology from Nickelodeon's team in response to the escalating backlash and a flood of angry phone calls from parents. Needless to say, the event was a disaster. The so-called afterbash never happened, and Nickelodeon quickly distanced itself from anything related to the SpongeBob SpongeBash, and so did the viewers of 2009. Everyone wanted to forget this catastrophe, and to hope that the world would move on.
Retro.
In retrospect, the Ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash went from what was intended to be the biggest SpongeBob celebration ever into a pivotal moment for Nickelodeon, television history, and broadcast security management. It left many viewers traumatized, and Nickelodeon made extensive efforts to erase any trace of the signal intrusions. These efforts were likely aimed at preventing reminders of the incident, shielding future audiences from such content,
a retrospective, basically just a summary.
The truth.
Now I think about it, probably is. Anyway, that's such a long video. It's like 34. I wanted to stop it early because I'm not trying to listen to all that. I'm kind of already creeped out. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye bye.